Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Adam Thackeray. We're here with our second episode talking about digital transformation. We often think with digital transformation that it is simply about adopting new technologies. So whether it be maybe IoT, with sensors or artificial intelligence, obviously cloud has become a very huge item or a huge technology now and is actually an economic driver. It's not just about the technology. Although we think that and it is a significant part, it's not the only part. And transformation is really about people and really shifting the way people work, the way they think, what sort of skill sets and tools and technologies they might use. And so it's often, transformations often start out, kind of somewhat on the wrong path. They look to the technology to solve the problem and they look to do it very efficiently. People want quarterly gains, they want quarterly results because that's what analysts demand. And so it becomes a very giant hamster wheel, if you will, because that leads to a lot of failures. We've seen, and there's a lot of data to support that there's been billions of dollars of loss in transformations because they don't go well. They're very hard because anything you do with people is difficult. It's complex. We as humans are complex. And so, but people are what drive transformations. They'll drive it, they'll plan it, strategize, they'll be your evangelists. And so it's really important that, we look to educate people and help them understand the value of the transformation, understand why we're doing it, what's the impact of the organization. And this reminds me of a challenger sales model, that I've read about a few times. I have the book and it's really, really great. And while it applies to sales, it does also apply to IT because you're looking to, in the challenger sales model, teach the customer. One of the pillars is to teach the customer. And you're to bring a unique perspective to that customer so that you can really understand their business, or you do understand it at a deep level actually, and you're bringing that unique perspective because that's what's going to help you sell your product or service in the end. You know the customer's business so well that you're bringing out unknown problems that were, the CEO or the CTO or whoever it is you're meeting with was not aware of it, and you're bringing that perspective and then you're driving the value of your product. Transformations work in the same context where you're bringing about this unique perspective, the art of the possible, if you will, that there is tremendous value if we look to change the way we work and the way we operate, some of the, the cultural aspects. And oh, by the way, there's this amazing technology we can use that will be the driver and catalyst for all of this. But in the end, you need people. People are at the core of this. You're going to need organizational changes. There'll be restructuring that's needed with ways of working. Agile is very different, for example, than very traditional siloed hierarchical ways of working. If you look at upskilling, leaders are going to need to change the way they work. They're going to need to be more compassionate, empathetic, transparent, very against very older dinosaur-esque ways of leading. And it's a big change. Some don't like it. It's scary. Some won't change. But that's part of transformation. People need to be upskilled. So middle management is often left out in the dark because they're not provided with the appropriate mechanisms to help them be a change agent. They're not given the support they need from leaders, from HR, from whoever it may be, because everyone's trying to move so fast. There's so much happening in transformations that these things can often be forgotten. What sort of upskilling is needed to people so they can actually, use the technologies, the new processes? Are people being shown what to do? Are there feedback loops that are being implemented? So all of these things, they take time, they take planning, and they take understanding. And really understanding the value. And in the end, there's an investment that needs to be made. If you're not aware, transformations can take anywhere from 6 to 24 months, depending on the length of and the extent of the transformation you're doing. And sure, you work on lighthouse projects and things like that, but it's an investment, and it's an investment for the better of your organization. The question is, are you prepared for it? And that's an education and understanding piece. So there's a really big difference between knowing and understanding. Knowing is having, awareness of something, and understanding is actually understanding what it's meant to do, how you apply it, why I apply it, why it's valuable in this context for my organization. We all know we can't copy and paste from one organization to the other. It never works. It fails miserably, and then people ask why it didn't work. So I encourage all of you to really look to understand transformation and go a little deeper on it. Ask for help, get insights. And then look to start off on that right path by focusing on people and focusing on the value to your organization and what it's really going to mean. Okay? Thank you very much.